live.
Sounds good. So, but if it's live already, can people like...
Yeah, people are coming into the room already. Oh, you know what I used to do this before is set up this camera. Hi, guys. Hi. Welcome. We have Periscope. We have YouTube Live. As you guys are coming into the room, I've got a very special guest.
There's a lot going on here.
Yes. And you guys, welcome to the room.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Hi, guys.
They can't see you, so maybe we'll put this in the middle. That way we're looking at both.
Getting a little closer. Here we go.
Yeah, that's perfect. Because that way we're looking at both the platforms. Mm-hmm. You know, so nobody feels left out.
I've actually done that a few times.
You've done that? That's
so
the thing.
Have like several platforms at the same time.
That's the best way to do it.
It is. That way we can talk to all of you guys.
Exactly. We can talk to everyone. Yeah. Okay, now we are actually doing a podcast as well. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to get this going. Good evening, Lori. I've got the best followers, Joy Tribe. Sorry, really awesome. YouTube. You guys are the best. So we're just going to start this recording. Good. We look really good on YouTube. And
we're good on Periscope too.
We're pretty damn good on Periscope too.
Perfect.
Hi, Hydro Man. He's a follower. He's a regular follower. Hey, Joy's friend. Exactly. Hi, CJ. Okay, so here we go. Welcome. Well, it's an unnamed podcast because I've been asking for requests. Mm-hmm. So we're going to call it the Joy Villa Show for now. Yeah. But and go ahead and move as close as you can. This mic is all yours. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So welcome everybody. Oops. You know what? Let me start camera 3 here.
There we go.
Oh, if you guys would see this setup, it is insane.
This girl knows her technology.
I do. We got the GoPro. We got the YouTube Lives. We got the Periscope. So Let's get started. Joy Villa Express. Exactly. Yep. This is Joy Villa, and you are listening to the Joy Villa Show, my podcast. And today I have my very first guest ever, my friend. Honor. Yes, my good friend, and she is a financial whiz. She empowers women. We're going to talk about feminism. We're going to talk about the dreaded F word, finance. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about money and not being afraid to talk about money.
Absolutely.
Gwendoline Snyers.
Hi, guys. Well, Joy, it's definitely an honor to be here. Thank you so much for
Absolutely.
getting me as your guest.
Yes.
I love you.
Oh, I love you too. You know, we've been friends for about 7 years now.
Something like that. Yes.
That's right. We met in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. We've seen ups and downs and different things. And you've started a business. Now, can you tell people about your business and what you do?
Basically, what I do is I educate people about money. I teach people how to get out of debt faster. I teach people how to, why they need to save, how they need to save, and basically being able to just be in much better shape financially. I mean, you look in America nowadays, almost everybody is in debt. Like the average American household has an average of $16,000 of credit card debt.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 16,000. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Of credit card debt.
Wow.
And most of that is at like a 20 to 25% interest rate. They have no idea the trap that they're in. So there is a need to educate people about that. Mm-hmm. And then especially women. Like I have a soft spot for educating women.
And why is that? Is it because you are a woman?
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I've really been inspired to educate women and empower women growing up. Like it started as a child, honestly, where it felt to me like things were easier for guys. Mm-hmm. And it appeared to me that women needed a little push.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
At a very young age, I was like, it seems like things are not being totally fair.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Women aren't as encouraged to be business owners.
They're not.
As men. And I think that just comes from, different things in society. Also in the whole adage, like, oh, you're going to be a woman, you're going to stay home, you're going to bear the kids. It's very traditional thinking. Mm-hmm. And I don't think there's anything wrong because being a mom is a job. There's many women who want to have other jobs as well.
Absolutely. And you can also have it all. That's one of the things that I'm really standing for right now with my business. And we're going to go into it a little bit more.
Yes.
But I really believe that women can have it all. You don't have to choose between being a mom or being a businesswoman. I'm a mom. I'm a single mom.
Amazing.
I have a job and a business and a daughter.
But do you hear that? She is saying you can have it all, ladies and gentlemen. Here is an empowered woman who is a single mom, and your daughter is 5 years old, 5-year-old. In finance, what got you in money? And wait, you know what? First, though, I want to say one thing before you answer that question. I put finance in the title, and Gwendoline says, you know, I don't know. Finance is a bad word. Finance is the F word. We don't use the F word. So I want to know why.
So basically, people, and especially women, are afraid of the concept of finance because there's a lot of ignorance about it.
There's a lot of fear.
And it's not, they're afraid of it. It seems complicated. It seems like it's not attainable for people. It seems like finance is this complicated thing that people go to study for, like, you know, 3-4 years, and you have to have, you know, this big diploma so you can have the
financial knowledge. Finance. But the thing is, finance is money, right?
Finance is money.
And we all use the green. We all need that dollar bill.
We do. And everybody loves to talk about money, and everybody loves to have money. It's just the term finance kind of usually, it just
it seems it to me, it brings up like somebody in a suit with glasses, like a 1980s dude.
And that's exactly what I was going to come
Wolf on Wall Street, you know?
Finance people, the second you say finance, people think, okay, white male in a suit with gray hair.
Right.
50
Racist.
and over.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Not necessarily, but definitely old white male.
Right. You think of an old fuddy-duddy, white dude.
But the thing is, what people don't realize is that the financial industry is completely changing right now.
Wow.
Because all of these guys, they're about to retire. They're all 50 or 55 and above. And there's a huge movement right now. There's a change because you have the millennials that are finally taking over that industry, and especially women. Like the company that I work with we have the most female CEOs in any other companies.
That's incredible. That's incredible. I know that there is an explosion of women, especially millennials and young women 40 and under getting into business. And I want to say too, because we also put another clickbait thing at feminism, right? We put feminism in the title, and we're going to go back to what you do and how you empower women. Very, very important. But I don't call myself a feminist. 2 years ago, feminist on my Twitter profile. I got schooled real quick. I had to educate myself because I really thought that feminism was just being pro-woman. I call myself, I'm pro-woman, which is just empowering others, speaking highly of others, to empowering them to go forward. But feminism is it's all about man-hating and victimization.
The word has accumulated all that negativity, and it was not the case at first. The first feminists were the women who fought for a right to vote, for a right to have a job, who've been
when we really did not have these rights, there was something to fight for. Now we're very equal. And it's the best time.
It is. But you said something earlier that I like because it really explained that idea. The word feminism has been hijacked.
Big time. It's been hijacked.
Because now people are like, oh, you're a feminist. You're definitely a man-hater.
Because 90% of the feminists who are speaking on behalf of all the women, we see the Women's March, some Women's March, I like to call it. It doesn't represent me. It doesn't represent most of my friends. But we see that there's supposed to be this ideal, and it is like a plantation. You must be our slave. You must think the way we think. If you call yourself a feminist, you must hate men. You must hate straight men the most. It's ridiculous.
I was just recently, I posted something on my Facebook about, trying to empower women, and I ran these seminars and these women's empowerment events, stuff like that. And so I was promoting my event, and I'm like, okay, girls, we can do this. And somebody commented that I'm doing all these women empowerment thing. I must be gay.
What?
And I was like,
are those the only? Is that the only context we can see women supporting other women? Is if they're lesbians?
Like, my purpose really truly is for women to realize the potential that they have, and for them to get there, to work towards achieving that potential.
Absolutely.
I want to make sure women know how powerful and how capable they are.
And you nailed it there, because you say women are powerful and capable. And what I see a lot is there's this victim mentality. And I like to tell women, you are a victor, not a victim. Whatever happened to you, it happened to you. Acknowledge it, use it to empower yourself to move forward. And that's for men as well. But you can't keep being locked in this mindset saying, oh, I'm a woman, so they're going to pay me less. They're going to hate me. They're going to sexually harass me because I don't have opportunities. And you're whining and whining. But what are you truly doing?
You have got to take control.
You have to. I mean, men out there, it's not just that society gives men the power. It's that men
take it.
Take it. Yeah, I love this. And they call that toxic masculinity. They call it toxic. It's not toxic. It's empowering. I love to see manly men taking control, taking charge, being bosses.
Absolutely.
And women can do the same thing. And in fact, that's what a healthy partnership or marriage or any sort of relationship between a man and a woman should be. It should be two people hold the power. Now, maybe if you're married, one person's going to stay at home and take care of the kids. That's up to you to decide. You know, some relationships are built on that, but many relationships are like, we both have our careers, but we both take care of each other. Like I love taking care of my husband. I like to cook for him. He doesn't expect it because we eat out a lot. But if we do eat out, I order the Grubhub for him. I will do that for him. I will lovingly click on the Grubhub and order it. That's where my wife duties stop. But really, I love taking care of him. And in turn, he loves taking care of me. Yeah. It's a give and take.
In a relationship, it's very important to have that balance.
Yes.
I think it's, well, at least from my viewpoint, I really believe that my personal experience, let's put it that way. I want to work. I don't want to be a housewife. It's okay to want to be a housewife.
Absolutely.
There's plenty of flavors out there. And there are women who are so satisfied being moms and just taking care of the house. And I think that should be commended and should be, really acknowledged because it's wonderful and it's necessary and it's needed. And if you have the right man who does not take it for granted and just appreciate that, it's awesome. Right.
Absolutely.
But there are so many women out there who don't want that.
Yeah.
They feel like they have to be the housewife and they have to be, because that's kind of
and that's the thing.
Of them.
If you're expecting a woman to behave a certain way based on what you think, we hear like just a housewife, just a mom, like that's an insult, and the thing is, it's not just exactly. And it's also, we shouldn't look down on women who choose to not have kids, choose to not be moms or to not get married. That's okay too. But the thing is, if you are doing that, don't complain and blame society. Don't blame, like if you choose not to have a job, because it becomes a choice. At this point, if you're saying, I don't have a job, I can't get work. I know people who've complained and everyone's going to have their own excuses. But I know women who go, oh, no one's going to hire me because I'm a woman. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is 2018. Go in there, get dressed, stop smoking pot, stop, what are you doing? You're watching Netflix and smoking pot all day. Yeah, no one's going to hire you. But it's not because you're a woman. It's because you're a lazy ass.
Well, there's that. There's some women definitely who don't want to go out there.
Right.
And one of the things that I talk about in the in all the seminars that I run is how important for women to actually go out there and do it and get educated and get your own money, because what women don't realize is that 90% of women will end up managing their money alone. Because why? Men typically die younger. They live shorter.
Our men's is dying.
Like,
That's
why
right.
do you have to die?
I know.
But the truth is, women do have a longer life expectancy. Expectancy. First
That's
of all.
right. That's
Second, it's typically, oh well, my husband handles the money. Like how many times? Every time I call friends and I'm like, okay, let me come and show you. Let me talk to you about my business. Let me see what I can do for you. They're like, oh no, my husband handles the money.
Wow.
And I'm like, the problem is you don't realize that the second your husband is gone, then what?
You're going to be handling the money.
You need it.
And the thing is too, is like both should be able to know how to handle it. I know a lot of couples where they put like, you know, the wife will handle XYZ, the husband handles ABC, and to sort of like, especially if they have businesses together, you know, they'll work on separate things, but both of them should know how to do the other's job in case, like you said, I mean, in case of something happens, injury, hospital, you know, death. I mean, things are going to happen.
Also why here's another subject that people don't want to talk about. You have got to have the proper protection. People hate
you need to use condoms. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
okay, that kind of protection also. Absolutely. I'm talking about insurance.
Oh,
I'm talking about long-term care.
Duh.
I'm talking about life insurance.
See, I need to take your seminar.
Because you do need to come to my seminar.
I do. Gwen, where can people find you? Just people who are tuning in now to the podcast.
Okay.
Into the live streams, because we're live streaming at the same time. By the way, we are live streaming on YouTube and Periscope. Yeah. And I think we should take some of a little bit of questions, if you don't mind, at the end. Totally. So you guys we'll scroll up. So keep putting your questions and your comments. Thank you guys so much. But where can they find you?
Okay. So basically I'm on Instagram at Gwendoline Snyers, and Gwendoline is with D-O-L-I-N-E, not a Y. That's the French way. Yeah, just so you know, I'm from Belgium. I speak French, hence the accent. So in case anybody was wondering. So Gwendoline Snyers, that's on Instagram. It's Gwendoline Snyers on Facebook also. And then on Twitter, it's Gwendoline S.
Nice. So please go follow her. Go follow her. She's incredible. Yeah. So we're talking about so many great things. We're talking about feminism. We're talking about finance. We're talking about fear and so many issues layered in. Now, I want to go back to the feminism point because I had said, I do not call myself a feminist. I don't agree with feminists. I don't agree with feminism 2.0 as it is. Back in the day, we needed that. It was good. Now it's deteriorated. It's been hijacked. It's crap. What about you though? Do you call yourself a feminist?
I honestly used to. I used to. I was like, I'm a feminist. I'm all about women and protecting them. And then I realized that the word feminism was not representing what I wanted to represent. Yeah. And the word that I love to use to talk about myself is femininity.
Ooh, you're feminine. You know what? And I'm going to say we're actually in the majority, by the way. Yeah. 4 to 5 women do not identify as feminists. They are dropping like flies. Feminists are losing their numbers because of the hate, the propaganda that they push, the anti-conservative women, the negativity, if you are a woman of color, you have to talk and think like this. If you are gay or lesbian, you have to talk and think like this. There's so much ideals that I don't agree with within the feminism community, and that we are in the majority.
Yeah. And I was so disappointed to realize that my idea of feminism was not perceived by the rest of the world.
Did you try talking to some feminists, and did you did some clapbacks or anything?
Just a lot of anger. And I'm like, I am not angry at men.
Right. It's all the men's fault.
Hater. And
it's your fault, men, for having penises. Right? You're oppressing me. You know, your dad has one of those, and that's the reason you're here too. Exactly. It takes 2 to tango.
It does. But I'm like, I don't want the anger.
Yeah, it is angry.
Because I am not angry at men, and I do not hate them. I love men. We need them.
I love men too.
I think they're amazing.
We love you, men. We love you, gentlemen. And I like to throw out that thing on that topic. I like to throw out toxic masculinity. I say it a lot because that's what the leftist media, that's what a lot of the feminism will say. It's toxic masculinity. And you go, well, what is that? Like originally, I think it was probably when a man like screams at or hits a woman, which is never okay, puts down a woman, really makes her feel less than, is like, you're my property. That is toxic. But now it's like feminism. It's been hijacked. Yeah. Toxic masculinity is now simply a man opening the door for you.
I love a man to open the door for me. Can we please bring back chivalry?
Thank you.
Being a gentleman is not Okay, here's the thing. On the other side also, there's a lot of guys out there who feel like if they open the door or if they hold their wife's purse or if they go buy their wife tampons, they feel like their masculinity has been hurt. Like, and I think there's a whole lot of confusion for men also.
So much confusion. You nailed it.
Confusing. You guys, it's okay to wear a pink shirt. Nobody else can. It's okay. We love you in pink. And we love it if you buy our tampons. That doesn't mean you're less of a man. We love men that are so comfortable with their masculinity that they can go.
That they don't have to be like, I'm a man.
Carry your purse when it's heavy.
Exactly. Like my husband, he's the most manly man. He's such a man's man. And I love it because he's the most masculine man I ever met. And when I met him, I was like, so what are we doing? I told you this story. Yeah. Are we dating? Are we kind of, he goes, no, you're my casta. I was like, wait, what? My casta. And in Denmark, in Danish, he's from Denmark. That means my mate. You know, I'm with you.
I love that.
There is no, I'm kind of, sort of, we're a little bit dating. We're seeing each other. Oh we're going we're friends with benefits. All this BS, which listen, I'm going to be real. It only hurts women the most. When you pretend to be okay with a touch and go relationship, being, one night stands. And I have lived a wild life. I've been, I've been around the block. I've been around the block. I've been around the block 10 times. And I made sure to catch everyone on that block. Hey, yeah. Love me some handsome men. But you live and learn. And I knew by the time I was, 25, that's no kind of way to live. And it was fun, but there was usually alcohol involved and you wake up feeling empty. And for me, and I don't knock women who want to live a detached life, but you cannot have your cake and eat it too. You can't go out, pretend that it's okay when the guy doesn't call you and you're just having sex and then complain that there's no good men out there. You need to be a good woman. You need to be confident. Absolutely. You need to say, no, we're not going to just have sex. We're not just, no, you're going to pay for this dinner tonight and you're going to hold the door open for me. I mean, what happened to that?
It's okay to put high standards in your relationship. It's okay to be demanding and to ask for the respect that you deserve.
Absolutely.
But a lot of women have that confusion that, if a man is a gentleman, that they don't need to participate. Like, no, the guys are just going to pay that. I disagree with that.
What's your stand on that? When should a woman start paying in a dating? Let's say in a I mean, it depends, but let's say couples together. When's the number of the dates that a woman should offer to pay for the food or whatever?
I don't know if I would really put a number on it, but I feel like I think a man loves it when his wife or girlfriend goes, you know what? I'm taking you out. Ooh, it reverses flow.
Interesting.
And I'm not saying
like
that. Yeah, I'm not saying we have to split everything 50-50. I don't, it needs to be an impulse. I think honestly, if a woman has the impulse to be like, you know what? I'm taking you out. It just makes a man happy.
Yeah.
And I don't think a woman should expect the man to pay because they don't have to.
No.
Especially if you have a job, you're making your money, you can pay your own dinner. It's nice. We love it.
You know what? And I've changed my viewpoint on different things. So I was raised that the man takes care of the woman. Like the provider spirit, the provider mentality. That's what my dad had. But not that necessarily taking care of doesn't mean you're just like sugar daddy. It's not like you're just leeching off of the man, but that you also take care of him. But my parents were very, very traditional. My mom was a stay-at-home mom and my dad paid the bills. My mom also ended up owning her own company though and creating fiber arts and creation because she did need that. It's not like after we became, 13, it's like, okay, now she needed something more than just raising the kids. And she was able to do that from home. So she was a businesswoman. Awesome. And before she had us kids, she was a strong businesswoman, a manager, working with my dad. They had offices, sales. So, that was in her blood. But it was my dad also inspiring her, pushing her to do that. If you want to work, you can work, but you don't have to. But this is my viewpoint is I think that everyone needs to be going after their passion and their life dream before they even find their mate. You need to find who you are and what you want to do and in your life and be solid in that. So when you do meet that special someone, you are not 100% dependent upon them.
And because you don't want to lose yourself in a relationship.
And a lot of women do that.
I've witnessed. And it's something that, that I've experienced. Both I have observed my parents, and then I have experienced it myself in the past, where I was like, I lost myself in the relationship because I didn't have at the time the confidence to really know what is it that I want.
Right.
Who am I? Where am I going?
That's right.
I was not strong enough. So that's the thing about women, is that they take longer to know who they are and what they want.
It's true.
And it's one of the reasons why we need to get them to wake up a little sooner and be like, it is okay for you to embrace yourself.
Absolutely.
Embrace your dreams, embrace your
Absolutely.
passion.
In fact, I think it's a crime if you don't. If you're a woman, unless you say, this is my life's goal, is to find a husband, get married, have babies, and be a stay-at-home mom, which is totally legit and beautiful. If that's what you want, then you need to be upfront about that. Yeah. You need to be like, hey, listen, this is what I do. But you also need to have something that you do to make money, because I think going from parents' house to boyfriend's or husband's house is not really healthy. Like, you need to be able to have something, right?
And
so that you know how to live.
In case,
like you said, in case something happens. And but that's like the lowest level. But what I see a lot is women who go to college, we're educated, we're smart, we're becoming business owners, but yet, like we talked about, the feminism and the fear of actually learning life skills. Like, women should know how to change a tire. Like, that's not, I know how to change a freaking tire.
Okay, you're going to come and teach me then.
I'm going to teach you how to change a tire. I had my first boyfriend, 18 years old. He said that to me. He's like, women should know how to change a tire and how to fix a car. And he taught me, like, for instance, I just came back from London and Denmark. We landed in Denmark and our battery died. We had a car parked in Denmark in the parking lot, the airport, and the battery was dead. My husband, I'm going to call him out right here. He is an amazing, manly man, but he is not mechanical. He's technology cool. He's a photographer, right? And he knows about business. He's incredibly stable, but he's not mechanical. Like, he's not like going to fix the pipes. I know how to plumb, by the way. I know how to be a plumber. I know how to fix a toilet. I know how to fix a pipe. I love it. I was always, the honey-do list, what to do. I was the handyman of my household. My dad was working. My mom was, fixing dinner. I was fixing the window that came out of place. I know how to like install a toilet. I know how to like rebuild a house, a wall. Like, I love that stuff. So, wherever that came from, a past life or something, like, I know how to do that. So, but my husband does not. And he's very intelligent, but he's got his laptop and he's that kind of a guy. He's an inside type of guy, cafe European, so gentle hands, very soft hands. My poor husband.
Hire somebody else. To do the mechanical
exactly. Work. He will hire out. So I'm like, let me figure this out. Let me get mechanical, fixing lights, screwdrivers. I know the difference between wrenches. So
I get it. I love my toolbox.
Oh, right.
I love my toolbox.
It's so fun. So we were stranded because the power went out in our car. Like, the battery died. And so he's tinkering around. And I said, you know what? Why don't we go see if we can get a jump start? Let's go ask people. He goes, no, I don't think so. In Denmark, we don't. And I'm like, okay. And then I said, well, what about the airport? Do they have jumper cables? And he's like, oh, and I mean, we wasted like 30 minutes. I should have just gone in there. Finally, we go to like the cafe nearby and she says, oh, why don't you go into the airport? So he finally goes in the airport. Sure enough, they actually had jumper cables that had its own little electronic box. So we were able to start the car. But I mean, I was like, I already knew what to do. And then another time it was the oil, testing the oil. And he knew how to check the oil. I think it was just, he didn't know how to put the cables on. I was like, oh, it's easy. Yeah. And he looked at me like, it is, I was like, yeah, I'll show you. I was like,
you guys, you need us too.
Yeah. But everyone, and I doubt many millennials know how to do those things though. Everyone needs that practical knowledge. I think men should know how to cook. Mm-hmm. Women should know how to fix a car. That's not gender neutral. Those are gender neutral things.
Those tasks have somehow become like disregarded. Like they're not taught anymore. It's like, oh, I'll just hire somebody to do it. Like I was kind of joking around with that, but really, honestly, those are things that we should still be able to do.
There's probably an app for that. To hire someone, there's an app for it.
To change your tire,
yeah,
probably. But I mean, practical things are they're not taught anymore. You look at kids get out of high school, they have no idea how to sew a button back on their shirt.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Like, those are basic skills.
That's right.
For life that we need to have.
Exactly. Everyone should know those.
But I think that our generation, like you and me, must be a little different because we know how to do that. But I know I have some girlfriends about my age who are just like, they don't know how to do that. So how are they supposed to teach it to their kids?
Exactly.
Right?
And then you're raising girls who are going to, what we're raising is kids who are going to grow up with college degrees, right? Gen Xers or what's the next generation below us? Gen Y,
Mm-hmm.
is that it? Yeah, because millennials are now like starting to graduate college, but their kids are probably, even maybe I could say it's millennials too. Everyone blames us millennials, but you graduate with this degree, but you have no life skills. You have no practical skills.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't have an iPhone with apps, you would have no clue. You don't know how to tell what's north or south. You don't know how to read a regular map, And I sound like an old crotchety lady, like, get off my lawn. You don't know these kids these days. But the thing is, these are life skills that are being lost. And what if your battery doesn't have any charge?
What if you don't have your phone?
What if you don't have your phone?
Don't have your phone. Like, can you read a map?
Do you know what a map looks like?
But those skills are lost because they're like disregarded as, either like lower grade skills or not, or just not useful anymore. It's like,
and we're going to have book educated kids that can't get jobs. They're going to have PhDs in gender studies, which is useless.
How many people with like big diploma working in a restaurant as a waiter?
Oh.
And it's like, okay, you spent 4 or 5 years in college. You spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then what?
And then what? And did you, and that's why it's so amazing that you are teaching that women have the power to start their own businesses and to do that. And you're talking to women because a successful woman really helps a man be successful as well.
Absolutely.
A woman, when she learns these skills, she can inspire and push her husband or boyfriend or family, her father, or just if she does find a mate, it's like you empower your kids by knowing these skills. It's a skill. Finance, money is a skill. Would you say that's right?
It absolutely is. Absolutely is. And there's so much. The thing is, the knowledge is available out there, but like people don't want to read books anymore. There's so many books on finance. Okay, you guys, just a few.
What books should people read?
Okay, recently I just read The Richest Man in Babylon. Amazing.
I read it. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't read that.
The Richest Man in Babylon. Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That's a classic. I just finished that one. It's an amazing book. I have it in German. I accidentally ordered it on iTunes, on iBooks in German. So I got to buy the right. It was really expensive too.
So The Richest Man in Babylon is by George S. Clason.
Nice.
Just finished that one.
Oh, you have the subtle art of not giving a
I started that one. I was like,
it's got some good stuff in it.
It's got some good stuff.
But it gets old.
Yes.
And
it's
also,
like, how many times can you say fuck in the same sentence?
Not give a fuck, fuck. And
it's like, okay, I get it. I get it. You want to emphasize the idea, but get to the point.
Yeah. And also the idea that, I can just be like, well, not give a fuck. And isn't that also the book where it's like you're not supposed to try too hard to be successful? I stopped reading after that when it was like, stop trying to say you can be the best. Yeah. Don't give a fuck. I'm like, oh, I thought it was like, I don't give a fuck what you say. I am the best. I will be the best. I'm not going to give a fuck as I'm not going to try.
See,
that's lame.
I also stopped. I do audiobooks. But I also stopped because I was like, I don't like this concept.
Wait a second. You said people don't read books and you're not.
I do audiobooks. Like I just play it in my car.
That doesn't count as reading books.
Okay. I get the knowledge.
No, it's true. No, that's really good. That's actually amazing. But people don't listen to books. You should say.
They don't listen to books. That's right.
But people aren't hearing books these days.
But they don't want to get the knowledge.
You're right. Any way you can get the knowledge.
It is out there.
Yes.
The education is out there. And, there's so many people who are like, oh, well, I was not, born in the right place and I don't have all the money to go to college.
Mentality.
And, oh, well, I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Well, guess what? There's plenty of people who were not born with a silver spoon in their mouth.
Exactly.
Making millions and millions of dollars because they took the time to read books or audiobooks
or listen to them,
but they went ahead and get the knowledge. You can go to
Absolutely.
a library and get all these books for pretty much nothing. It's
Preach,
just
girl.
a question
Preach, girl.
of wanting it.
How bad do you want it?
Exactly. And so that's why I stopped listening to that other book. I'm like, I'm sorry, if you really want something, you can go get it. And if you really believe you can make it somehow in whatever your skill, whatever your business, whatever your goal is, go for it.
Absolutely.
Go for it. And don't just not give a fuck.
Yeah, it's not because when I say I don't give a fuck, it's like I don't care what people tell me I can't do because I know I can do it.
Yeah.
I can overcome any obstacle laid at me, any challenge set before me, and I will push through and continue because if I really want something, if I'm passionate about something and I believe I can get it, that's the phone. Sorry, guys.
Did we lose Periscope or is it back on?
Periscope's back on. As long as you get it fast enough, Periscope comes back on. And we are going to get to you guys. Yeah, we're going to get to you guys with some of the comments. But as long as you believe you can do it, and then it's not just belief, not empty belief.
It's wanting to. Also.
It's wanting it. It's intention, and it's action.
If you want to, if you're not satisfied with your life right now, you can do something about it. And being a victim and blaming, oh well, it's because blah blah blah, and my teacher told me that. And
that's right.
It's like stop being a victim. You can change your life. You can go ahead and get that knowledge and get educated. It's out there. It's out there. Don't use the excuses.
That's right.
You got to change this little wheel that people are in like little hamsters and they're just having their little life and then
and they will blame their gender. They will blame their culture. They will blame their race. They will blame someone else's race.
It's like stop complaining and get to it.
That's right. Stop complaining about it. Start splaining. No, I don't know.
No,
we got to make.
There are some really shitty situations out there.
Oh, absolutely.
I get it.
Well, you and I have talked about. We've been through it. We've been through some crap.
But at some point, you need to wake up and do something to change the situation yourself.
Absolutely.
You cannot wait for the cavalry.
And the thing is, your life, you get as much out of life as you put into it. So I have shared publicly before, and I'm writing a book about it. I've been homeless. I have been, molested as a child. I've been sexually, physically abused. I've been in an abusive relationship. I gave a child up for adoption when I was in a crisis pregnancy. I mean, I have been through it. But the key with that is I've been through it. I'm not still going through it. I don't wake up and go, yeah, I'm still a victim. No, are you kidding me? I'm a victor. I'm a winner. That makes me stronger and it makes me better and it makes me a champion. And it's my story to share. But the fact is I'll share that story to show you that I am not victimized or stuck in those situations.
Thank you.
Like you said, being cause over it.
Yeah.
You get out of it. And it does take work. It does take self-work. It takes, church or therapy or some sort of art or expression or getting it out of you so that it's not constantly in your face, confronting it, handling your pain, your emotions, acknowledging that, and then moving along in life. Yeah. But if you stay stuck in it and you blame your parents, your color, your situation, President Trump,
there's always
men,
somebody that you
white
blame.
People, white people. It's so ignorant to blame. It's just so ignorant. Europeans. I blame the Europeans.
The Belgians,
the Belgians, especially. They're the
we did bring waffles and chocolate and beer.
That's why I blame you. I mean, that's why I got 3 pounds to lose, and I blame you for that.
No, but really, it's easy to blame.
It is
so easy to blame. It is so easy to find excuses.
Yeah.
It is so easy to stay where you are. And it takes courage to confront your situation and look at it and be like, okay, so what did I do to get there?
Yes.
And you see, my ex and I have been separated for about 1.5 years now. And, we were married for 5.5 years. And it would be so easy to blame.
Mhm.
But very honestly, I was far from being perfect.
Mm.
You know, it was really both of us.
Mhm.
And we failed. We really tried. But there's so many women out there, and I keep hearing, oh, my ex this, my ex this, my ex that,
Oh,
this
yeah.
and this, and all these excuses.
Right.
It's like, what did
I mean,
you
they couldn't
do
have been that
to
bad.
put yourself in that
you were,
situation?
yeah, you were a part of
right?
that relationship.
You chose to be in that
drug you
relationship
for,
to
you know,
start with,
yeah.
right? It's like, take your responsibility, take your fair share of responsibility.
That's right.
Nothing is ever black and white. There's
That's
always
right.
something that you did somehow. And I know many people don't want to listen to that, and it's hard for people to admit that.
Yeah.
And yes,
and in cases,
somebody's going to comment, oh, what if you get raped? Okay,
right.
Terrible situation. Obviously, it's horrible, right? But what can you do about it? Don't
That's right.
be a victim.
That's right.
Heal yourself, right?
Absolutely.
Because
and how do you avoid?
So have I.
Yes.
I don't. And at some point, I was like, I can't be stuck in this. Oh my gosh, I'm a rape victim.
Right.
It's like, what can I do about it?
Exactly.
I can educate women about how to recognize the guys that maybe are the right ones to hang out with and the ones that are not.
Absolutely.
Right? What can I do about it now? I can teach my daughter to defend herself and
That's
to be able to, to handle a situation like that.
That's right.
I can speak about it. I can encourage other women to speak about it, right?
Exactly.
But staying a victim is not going to get
It's the most dangerous thing. It's like,
because then you're punishing yourself.
Exactly. It's like wishing someone else to be dead, but drinking poison.
Yeah.
You're drinking your own poison going,
it's like, get over it.
I could talk to you forever, Gwendoline. We're talking to Gwendoline Snyers. She is a businesswoman. She helps other women learn finance, learn money, learn how to protect themselves, how to handle finance, business, insurance, all those, things we go, it's boring, but we need to learn that. And she's incredible. We're going to take some questions from you guys. They have been so patient. You've been incredible. Somebody said, where is the super chat? There's much money to be made through it. I don't have a super chat.
Send a super chat.
Oh, there it is. Oh, but that means I make the money? Oh, I have to buy it. You guys have to send me the super chat, right? You guys can send me the money. I would love that because this is an independent broadcast and it's awesome. You keep the lights going. We literally have a whole bunch of lights here and we've got a whole setup and the mic, and I invested in this material, and I try not to be like, oh, can you guys please help me? But I am an independent artist. So you can buy my music. You can go to joyvilla.com, support, please get some merch. And, I want you to have a book. You need a book to come out so I can say buy her book.
I will eventually.
Yeah,
I will eventually.
You definitely. I mean, it's powerful.
I'm on my healing path, and then once I'm at the end of the path, I'll be able to write that book.
Good, good. So what do we have? Any questions? We got some nice comments. Yeah. Oh, you had a mom and a dad. What's that about? Super blessed. Feminism. Nice. No, Eduardo says, let's talk about guns, women and guns. What's with the pink guns? I haven't heard about the pink. I've seen some pink guns.
I don't know what that is.
But I do know, I can tell you one thing is that Black women particularly are the fastest growing gun owners and the fastest growing business owners. So Black women are going to have more money and more guns. So you better be scared.
One little thing that I want to bounce off of that, that I want to touch on that subject. So coming from Belgium and from Europe, we don't have guns. We don't have, you
don't have a Second Amendment.
No, we've never, it's like, it would never ever cross my mind.
Do your police even have guns?
Some of them do.
Okay.
Like some, more, if it's more like kind of private security kind of police, then they don't. Like some cops don't even have guns, right?
Wow.
We do have, some hunters would have a rifle, but nobody would have a handgun. And so when I came here in America 9 years ago, it was so strange for me. And then it took me, maybe 3 years in for me to actually be in the presence of a gun.
Oh.
And it was so crazy. And then I shot a gun. I was like, what the hell is that? I was like crazy. But now,
isn't it inspiring though?
What I realized is that.
Did you like it? Shooting a gun? I loved it. My first time shooting.
It was scary as hell.
Yeah, it is scary the first time.
And I was like, okay, I get it. Now, I don't think that, I don't think that everybody should have, in my opinion, we really don't need, 15, 20 guns.
Mm.
But I do believe that people have the right to defend themselves.
Absolutely.
And I don't believe that taking the guns away is going to solve anything.
Exactly.
And I want to learn how to shoot a gun.
Hell yeah, girl. That's our next.
I want to defend myself. I don't want to fall into the craziness of, oh my gosh, I have like a gigantic collection, but I want to know that if anything happens, I can defend myself.
Hell yeah.
So it's really, especially coming from the country that I come from, it's like, but 9 years in America, I was like, you know what? I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And it's something that most other countries, and especially Europe, does not understand.
They don't understand
it. It's such a different culture and a different life here.
Absolutely.
But it's part of their life, and it is part of the Constitution.
It
is
spoken.
It's
truly.
part of it. It's part of it. I'm sorry. That's what makes America America.
It is.
That's why I came to America. I came to America because there is freedom here that I did not find in Europe.
Preach.
And
can we get some hearts? Can we get some hearts for this woman who loves coming to America? That is what I'm talking about. Yeah. Amen. Again, it's a matter of women not depending on them for protection. Somebody says, is that for guns, or I missed that one? I've been through it. Nice one. Unbearable Media. What's up, Unbearable Media? Yes. Hi, Joy. I'm from Brazil. Israel Cajuninho says from Rio de Janeiro. I loved Enqueremos Bolsonaro. Esperamos. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't speak Portuguese.
Sorry.
But thank you so much, Israel.
Thanks for commenting.
Not everyone needs to be a sewing needle ninja, Steppenwolf says. Just get yourself some skills and rock free.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I'm not a big sewer. It's funny that I know more like manly things than I don't know. I had a needle point. If you lost
the button, would you be able to sew it back on?
Yes.
Thank you. That's basic
Would
skill.
I
That's
though?
What I'm talking
no.
about.
Do I know how to?
But if you had to, you would be able to do it.
Yes, I would be able to, like if I was in the wild. This is where I think sewing comes handy. You're in the wild, a bear attacks you, splits open your arm. Can you sew your own stitches with dental floss? That's
could you?
I could do it.
Okay.
That's the only way it gets exciting for me, because I'm like a button. I'm like, I get a new coat.
I hope
like,
that
screw
if
that.
I ever end up in a wild and a bear attacks me, I hope you're with me.
I will be with you. Now, do you run or do you play dead? That's the trick. Brown bear, black bear. I would just run like hell. That's what I would do. But you don't climb a tree.
You don't, because they climb trees too.
Exactly. So. Okay. So does she have kids? Unbearable Media asked.
Me? Yes. I have a daughter. I have a 5-year-old.
Yay.
An adorable little
She's
daughter.
Beautiful. Survivor, the Joy Villa edition says, who done it? Exactly. So great. Totally. So great. So let's see. We'll do a few more questions and some comments from you guys, and then we'll end off because it's been like over an hour. It's almost been an hour. It's been 46 minutes. So the podcast I decided today is going to be 30 minutes.
Okay.
So we'll probably break it up. I think we got most of our 30 minutes like in the beginning, and then we can kind of we said some great stuff. And I just wanted to do the question and answer more for the live chat because these guys have been so patient and you've been incredible. I'm falling in love. Oh, with Gwen. She's single. Wait, are you single?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, don't tell them that. They'll be like, oh, she's empowered. She's European, but she likes to shoot. These guys will be falling for you.
I need somebody to teach me how to shoot guns.
Oh, first date material.
Ooh.
That would be an incredible first date. But you know what? I'm going to teach you though, so that you're empowered, so you can teach the guy if he doesn't know. But we're going to go to a gun range, because I don't have enough girlfriends that need to shoot. And I'm a member of the NRA, proud member. I love it. They are all about protecting the right to carry and concealed carry, and to learn and educate yourself on how to shoot. Yeah. And honestly, you can learn in 15 minutes. Another woman taught me. Antonia Okafor, who runs Empowered. She brings the concealed carry to campuses to prevent rapes and in situations where girls are in parking lots and getting beat up or wallets stolen, violence, right? It's a great equalizer. You have a little gun in your hand, and it doesn't have to be a big one. It can be, a small little thing. But when you know how to shoot, you want to avoid that moment that like, I'm always like super extra in my when I'm imagining where I'm at. I'm on a kindergarten and someone's trying to shoot it up, and the gun falls and I grab it, and I want to be able to know how to pull the trigger and aim and just
not hesitate.
Not go
know what you're doing and not be afraid of it. Like you've got to be familiar enough with the tool in order to be able to use it, and that applies to any tools.
Absolutely.
But so I think a lot of people who are afraid of guns is because they're not familiar with it.
Yeah.
They just don't know how to use it, and they're not familiar. And then I mean, obviously, there are people who abuse it, and yes,
and most of them are on psych
criminals.
meds.
Let's agree on that.
And the shooters are on psych meds usually. The kids who've shot up schools, drugs. They're on drugs,
and they're not responsible.
And they're getting in illegally.
Citizens.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. I believe responsible citizens should have the right to carry a gun.
Someone better snatch you up. Someone better wife you. You guys are so great. I've been getting promoted at work, but I work in warehousing. Not much money being made in that field. We've sacrificed, but we are clawing our way up slowly but surely. That's Samurai 215 says.
Honestly, there are ways. What people don't realize is that there are ways to invest your money and get your money to work for you, and that is the way to financial freedom. That's what I teach people basically: is get your money to work for you. Yes, you at some point to start with, you need to work for money, but you need to find those places, those investments and you got to start now. Do not wait. Start now. Even $20 a month, and then you increase it the next.
What should you invest in to start off with?
It starts with, don't keep your money in the bank.
Don't keep your money in the bank.
No.
Where should you keep
money? Well, first of all, have a bank account in a credit union.
Oh.
Where as a credit union, you're part owner. They're not there to make money off of you. Get your money out of Wells Fargo and Bank of America. Go get Chase. Go get a credit union. That's the first place where you should go. Ooh. And then there's different insurance products. People don't realize insurance has a bad rep for some reason because it's completely misunderstood. Where you put your money, and then basically your money is going to grow at a much higher rate of return. And then when you need it, you get it tax free.
What? See, that's why people need to follow you.
There's a whole lot of things out there that people have no idea exist.
Isn't that crazy? And get your money out of banks. That's a really good first place to start. Credit unions. Come on, go do that. Absolutely. I'm in banks. I need to get some credit unions going.
Look, I didn't know either. I had to get out of there.
Yeah.
Hello, Joy. Shoot me a message. Who was that? Samurai?
That was
Send
Samurai.
me a message, and I can, I'll find somebody to talk to you in your neighborhood, in your area, so we can make sure that we can help you with that situation.
How awesome. Absolutely. Isn't she the best? Gwendoline Snyers here. Love it. We got a lot of great comments. Samurai 215, he wants to, or she or he, I think you're a he. I can't see the picture, sorry, but please, the super chat, you please get in touch with Gwendoline. And woman with pendants, so beautiful. Oh,
isn't this one gorgeous?
Yeah,
love it.
I think he's saying you're so beautiful.
Oh, sorry.
I think the woman with the pendant is so
I thought
beautiful.
You were talking about the pendant. I'm a little naive sometimes.
Flirting you up, girl. Beautiful. Look at, they're going. She's so beautiful, so gorgeous. She has beautiful eyes. That's Gwendoline.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you guys for Joy Tribe for being so awesome to Gwendoline. She's our guest today. That blonde got me like. I love it. Me and dudes took home and can admiration. Cook. Exactly. It's beautiful. Okay. So Steppenwolf says me and dudes took home Eck and can cook and sew our own buttons. Freedom.
That's awesome.
That is the way to be. That is the way to be. You both beautiful. Thank you guys. Tired of winning yet? Never MAGA Media today. Thank you. MAGA Media. Thank you. Got some fans. You guys follow her. This is great. So I think we're going to end off soon. Somebody says, okay, let me show this comment. Joy, I need you to check out my channel, all caps, please. Also, what are your thoughts on Tree of Logic? I'll have to check that out. I'm not familiar. And let's see, who else?
Somebody asked my favorite book.
Yeah.
Honestly, recently, one of my favorite was The Richest Man in Babylon. Richest Man in Babylon. It changed my viewpoint on money like so much. I was like, holy moly, I have got to start doing something better in my life.
I gotta read that book.
It's a great one.
I want to read whatever really you recommend because you know your stuff, you know your money, and you're awesome.
When it comes to Rich Dad Poor Dad also is amazing.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I got to read that one too in English. Welcome. Yep. So YouTube is asking if I can post a link. Do you have a website?
I'm actually building it.
Okay, you got to get that website up. Where can I post the link for people to find you on here? Is it just social
really
media right now?
It's really just social media.
Okay.
Yeah, at this point, like I'm building my website right now, my webpage. But
Get
I
your
use
mailing
a
list
lot.
going.
Absolutely, I use a lot of social media, Instagram and Facebook primarily.
Okay, so you guys can find her
me there.
Don't tread on me. First tip of the night. I won't tread on you. Thank you for $5. You're so incredible. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Love you. Thank you. Appreciate that. My Joy Tribe is the best. Awesome. People are loving Gwendoline. So you could follow her because you're not on Twitter that much, but now you're going to get on more Twitter.
I'm going to get on more Twitter.
Thank you for sharing MAGA Media.
From the goddess.
Yes. And you two are great together. I hope she comes back again. Awesome. I want to shovel Gwendoline's sidewalk.
Okay.
You've got some free labor. How do you spell her name? What does she scope? So do you actually Periscope? You Facebook Live, right?
I Facebook Live regularly.
She Facebook Lives a lot.
Yeah. And then I'm not on Periscope. Maybe I need to.
You need to be. It's great. I have the most awesome followers on Periscope.
This is amazing. I realize I need to seriously up my game.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you, Joy.
Yeah,
I'll definitely.
And the handle is in the link here. Gwendolyn is an intellectual. They're saying they're loving you. You've been dropping truth bombs for the last hour, and we are so incredibly grateful to you for coming on my podcast. You were my first ever guest,
and I'm super excited about it.
Yay!
Thank you, Joy.
And you've got tons of followers. This is incredible. People need to know this. You know, it's definitely cool. Yeah. All right. Well, I love you guys. We think we're gonna end off the broadcast. We've got one more question. Your favorite movie? So go ahead and fire some questions.
Okay. Favorite movie? Love Actually.
Love Actually.
I am desperately romantic. What can I say?
Oh. Favorite TV show?
The Originals.
The Originals.
Mm-hmm. Vampire Stories.
It's a vampire story?
It's a vampire stories. I love it.
I love me some vampires. Me too. I love vampires, zombies.
Yeah. Which is, I don't know, but vampires are sexy.
Vampires are sexy. The zombies are not sexy, but TJ, for you out. Nice. Favorite Doctor Who? Oh yeah, we're getting deep here.
I don't
favorite
know,
Doctor Who.
I wouldn't be able to pick one.
Which Doctor? What's your favorite Doctor Who? I am partial to the original Doctor Who from the 80s because that's the first one I watched, and it's ridiculous. The graphics are just awful, but I check them out from the library. Speaking of, knowledge is free. If you want it bad enough, go to the library. Library was my hangout, and as a kid, I had a microscope, and I'd look at plants in my yard. That was also my hangout, and I would journal. So I don't want to keep you too long because I could talk to you forever. And that light, sorry about the light, guys, it was shining there. Favorite city, oh my gosh, you got to follow her. Los Angeles. Gwendoline snagged here. Go ahead and give out your social media again.
So on Instagram, you can find me at Gwendoline Snyers. Now, Gwendoline is spelled Gwendoline. It's the French way, not with a Y. So Gwendoline Snyers, but you'll find the link there.
Like Gwendoline, not Gwen.
I guess you guys would
like Gwendoline.
Okay, Americans would pronounce it Gwendoline, but
I mean that's just so you can imagine the spelling
at the end. And my Facebook is just my name also, Gwendoline Snyers. I do have a Facebook page. It's Gwendoline Snyers Entrepreneur.
Awesome.
So go ahead and like it. I put a lot of content there. And that's
and follow her on Twitter. You guys on Periscope, she's tagged there. Gwendoline, like Gwendoline, Line S. Yeah. And on YouTube, you're not on YouTube yet.
No.
Okay, so YouTube, you're just going to have to follow her on the other things. United We Stand, we are live. We are live. Yeah. Do more of these. They're dynamite, Samurai215 says. I never went to college. I'm a customer service manager. So that you got to get it, Gwendoline. That's the one who asked about the investments and how to save money. So yeah, it's awesome. Unless you're a redneck.
Send me a message, talk to me, and I'll make sure to put you in touch with somebody in your area.
Awesome. We say good work. Okay. Thank you guys. I could talk to you forever. You guys are incredible. Give lots of hearts If you can, go ahead and donate some money, hit that, smash that like button, smash those hearts, smash that super, super tip.
So.
We love the tips. Very good first show. Thank you. And this will be released on a podcast once I get the graphics ready, the name ready, everything. This is our first interview on the Joy Villa podcast. Thank you so much, Gwendoline Snyers.
Thank you, Joy.
Yay! I love it. Bye, you guys.
No, it's
okay. This will be the last picture, so we're gonna have to be like, oh shoot! Stop this. There we go. And we're just left with YouTube. Oh, YouTube looks
YouTube,
good.
you guys are still here.
Yeah, tell it, girls. So many good comments. So many good people. Love you guys. Please share.